absolute must-see in Berlin, of course, Brandenburg Gate, top of the list definitely. It's the most characteristic place in a capital of Germany, but there are many Brandenburg Gates across Germany. It's kind of thing like Triumphal Arch in France. They are built after some big event or in praise of some king. It was built between 1788 and 1791 after the 7-year war. On top we have goddess Nike with a horse which is called the quadric, and Brandenburg Gate is so characteristic that it appears even on German euro coins. Built in 1969, 368 meters high TV tower is definitely something you must see in Berlin. Well, you will see from any point of the city because it shapes this city panorama. It has a status of monument, so it's very important for Berliners, for Germany. And up there you have a very nice viewpoint. There is also a restaurant. It's the 4th highest building in Europe right now, and when it was built it was 2nd largest TV tower on earth. It was something that DDR, the communist part of Germany, was proud of. But after their unification it became a common symbol of Berlin and partly of Germany. It is located in a part of a city called Mitte, near very famous Alexanderplatz. Another thing that you won't miss in Berlin is Berlin Evangelical Cathedral, built in between 1894 and 1905. It became one of the most important religious facility in Berlin. The architect Julius Karl Raxdorf built it in a late Renaissance style. Earlier there was a much smaller Baroque style cathedral. Of course it was destroyed during Second World War in 1945. It was demolished by Allied forces, but between 1975 and 1993 it was happily rebuilt. 1,500 people can be put inside there at once, and I got a little tip for you because you have to pay €9 to go into the cathedral, but every day, from what I remember, there is a devotion at 6 p.m. and you can go inside for a devotion, pray a bit, and also, by the way, look at this beautiful building from inside. And of course we have a very nice green area around Cathedral. This is a place where people, young, old, small, big, come and meet, chill out and just enjoy. So now we are on one of the largest museum complex on earth, called Museum Island. We have now Old National Gallery there. There are paintings and sculptures mostly from modern times, after Renaissance, I mean, Romanticism, Impressionism, paintings and sculptures. Here is Neues Museum, means new museum. There are things from prehistoric times, ancient, through ancient and early Middle Ages. And there, right close to the previous ones, we have Pergamon Museum, which is focused on ancient times. If I would recommend one museum out of 5 that are placed here, that would be Pergamon Museum, because it's probably the largest museum and has a really rich scope of things from Mesopotamia, ancient Rome, Greece, paintings, sculptures, reconstructions of palaces, and even some Muslim Middle Age art, as well as ancient. So whether you are a museum kind of tourist or not, you have to see Museum Island. You have to come to at least 1 or 2 of them, because it's really something that something impressive that Germans can be proud of. I might have been mistaken with Pergamon Museum being the largest, because it is Altes Museum, means old museum, which judging from the outside look of the building is the largest one of them. In a old museum you have mostly old things, meaning ancient, from ancient times. Not in every country parliamentary buildings are touristic attraction, but here certainly this palace, I'd say palace called Reichstag, is a really nice thing to see. A very important building in Germany, because this is where parliament is operating. This is where power lays, and it was built in 19th century, between 1884 and 1894, and it served as a parliament until the end of First World War. And then after the First World War it was a parliament of the Weimar Republic until 1933, when Nazis came to power. There was a fire inside this building, caused probably by Nazis, but there are no hard evidence, let's say. And it was destroyed, of course, after a fire, and from the 60s it was slowly rebuilt. And in 1990s modernization came. There was this copule here built, and from 1999 it serves as the Parliament of the Republic of Germany. And also around, as well as beside Cathedral, we have nice green area where people are playing, chilling out, meeting. It's very nice. So next thing is a memorial of murdered Jews of Europe, where we are right now. It's a 19,000 square meters area with 2,711 blocks, built not so long ago, because in 2005 construction was ended. The fundator is the German government, which gave for this monument 40 million euros. But initiative to build it came up in 1988, when journalist Lea Roche said that something like that should be built in Berlin, and the architect Peter Eismann between 2003 and 2005 projected and built, not alone of course, this thing. This is in a central area of Berlin. Here we have the American embassy, and there Brandenburg Gate, at least top of it, with goddess Nike. No one knows why there are 2,711 blocks. Some say that this is a matter of pages of Talmud. Others say that these are days that the Second World War lasted. Downstairs, on the other side, there's a underground museum also. But the main part is, of course, this on the ground. The tallest blocks are 4 meters 70 centimeters. It's probably those ones there. Next thing that you won't miss in Berlin is East Side Gallery. 1,316 meters of remains of German wall. It's covered with 106 graffitis. This is the mecca of graffiti artists from all over the world. After 1989 and fall of Berlin Wall, this part of remains of the wall became a place where artists could share their thoughts, their ideas, and paint their pieces. Sometimes some would say masterpieces. The most famous graffiti from East Side Gallery is this one behind me. On the left we have Erich Honecker, the leader of German Democratic Republic, DDR, the communist Germany, under influence of Soviet Union, and on the right we have Leonid Brezhnev, chairman of the Communist Party of USSR. This is a scene where they are saying hi. The communist leaders sometimes kiss each other in the lips when they saw each other first time on some visit. East Side Gallery is located by the River Spree and is close to Eastern Berlin railway station. One of the things you surely cannot miss in Berlin is Berlin Zoo. It was founded in 1844. Animals then came from sort of private zoo of Friedrich Wilhelm IV, King of Prussia. From then it became larger and larger, it was growing, and now it has one of the largest amount of species of animals in the world. It's about 1,500. 14,000 animals as a whole live here. 2,600,000 people come here every year. Inside there is also a facility with aquariums and the very big number of sea animals. And the zoo is also famous for the gate with lions, which is right behind me.